We're giving all praises to Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Krakadash. Praise your holy name. You're so beautiful and worthy to be praised. Yes, 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 yes. Man of mischief. Mischief. Man of mischief. Evil condition, misfortune, hardship, need, want, wickedness, wrongdoing, evil, harm, trouble, annoyance, vexation, come or bring to grief. Yes, this whole world is in mischief with all the wrongdoing going on, evilness, wickedness, evil conditions, trouble, vexation is all around us day in and day out. Yes, grief, want, misfortune grabs a hold of us like some grip pliers. Without the grace of the Lord Yahweh by Yahweh Shai, we will be consumed. Instead of our women having love for us, they have turned into man haters, lickety-lick sisters, licking on each other. The brothers then turned into loving each other and wanting to be just like the woman. And yes, even they have turned into man haters themselves. The love of many shall wax cold. Sirach 21:13. The knowledge of a wise man shall abound like a flood, and his counsel is like a pure fountain of life. And his counsel is Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. Then the elders and apostles of great millstone, on down to the brethren, pure fountain of life. Get down to these precepts. Leviticus 19:15. Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty, but in righteousness shalt thou judge thy neighbor. So, it's no respect the person, just because he got good clothes on and his clothes is a little dirty, you want to respect the dude with the good clothes on. Or because he live in the hood and you live, in the suburbs, next to the so-called white man, you want to look down on him instead of, judging each other the right way, Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment, because some people, they judge, unrighteously. Thou shalt not respect the person of poor, nor honor the person of the mighty, but in righteousness shalt thou judge thy neighbor, And Jake got that bad, if you got a fancy car and somebody roll up on the bus, they gonna respect the person in a fancy car, because he got Gucci shoes on, but the person that rode on the bus or rode up on his skateboard, because he got a skateboard, you gonna respect the person in a Mercedes Benz, Psalms 2:1-3. Why do the heathens rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord Yahweh by Yahweh Shai and against his anointed. So his anointed is us, the prophets, the ambassadors, his mouthpiece that's preaching DTA, death to America. Let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. So why do the heathen rage? So they raging right now. Rage, madness, insanity, anger, wrath, fire, mad, violence of storm. And they're gonna rage like never before in Jacob's trouble. And we're in the beginning stages of it. And the people imagine a vain thing. So imagine to form a mental image of, so they imagine that they're gonna be the most high, the China imagine that they're gonna be the next superpower. Um, America, the government imagine that they gonna take down, and get to this new world order, and put vaccine in everybody's veins, and do the mark of the beast. They imagine vain things. The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together. So they taking counsel together, So on the next second wave of the coronavirus, which might be in fall or in the middle of the summer, that's when we gonna slip vaccine on them, mandatory. That's when all hell gonna break loose, because it's gonna be a food shortage, that we done ourselves, by killing the livestock, by emptying the milk out, So they counseling together. This is how we gonna get them to take the mark of the beast. Together against the Lord Yahweh, So they got a space force now that they ready to go against the chariots with. And against his anointed, they gonna come down on us harder than ever, with wrath. So vain, unprofitable, worthless, feeble, So they imagine a vain thing because it's gonna be unprofitable to them. And let us break their bands, they organized group, they shackles, they chain, and cast away their cords from us, Asunder means separate, they want to separate us, So that's what the heathens do, men of mischief, They imagine main things, to try to take us under, having counsel together. Psalms 38:12. They also that seek after my life lay snares for me, and they that seek my hurt speak mischievous things and imagine deceit all day long. And that's what they doing right now, that they laying snares for us, Right now they lifting some of the phase 1, phase 2, Yes, y'all can enter back into society, but half of the jobs is gone now, and now it's a trap, The food is being shortage, it's gonna be civil unrest out there. So they imagine deceit all day long, Right now that they plotting something, What should we do next, What do you got up your sleeve, Chad, Bob, I think we can lay a snare up for him this way. Psalms 52:1-6. Why boasteth thyself in mischief, O mighty man? The goodness of Yahweh endurance continuously. You know, so he's a mighty man right now. But he, Esau, but he's coming to an end. He got the army behind him. He got the police force behind him. Right now, he's a mighty man. Their tongues deceitfully mischief like a sharp razor working deceitfulness. So their tongues is like sharp razors after us, working deceitfulness. Thou lovest evil more than good. They love evil more than good. They don't want no real woman. They want a transvestite. They don't want no real man. They want a gay man. Rather than to speak righteousness. And we're the ones that speak in righteousness. The man, the prophets of the mouthpieces of the Most High. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. Thou lovest all devouring words, O thy deceitful tongue. Yahweh shall likewise destroy thee forever, and he shall take thee away, and pluck thee out of thy dwelling place, and root thee out of the land of the living. The righteous also shall see and fear, and shall laugh at them. Laugh at them. So we gonna laugh at Esau. When the Most High, when Yahweh Shai come down and do what he do, we gonna laugh like, yeah, you got it coming, chimp. Proverbs 10 and 23. It is a sport to a fool to do mischief, but a man of understanding has wisdom. So it's a sport for Esau, to do mischief, and a sport to take pleasure. So he taking pleasure in what he's doing right now, to amuse oneself, to seek amusement, So he's seeking amusement, doing what he's doing, to us, yeah, I got something for them niggas. Yeah. Fool, silly, stupid, or ignorant person. Madman. And that's what Esau is. He's a madman. Insane person. An idiot. Foolish, a sinner, a rascal. Impudicous person. That's Esau all in one. To take down the children of Israel. That's his main goal. Proverbs 24 and 23. These things also belong to the wise. It is not good to have respect of person and judgment, And Jake got that bad, he respect Esau more than he respect his neighbor, his brother, he respect the so-called white man more than he respect, his own fella, have you ever saw Jake, when he on the phone, he turned into that white voice when he talking to the white, oh yeah, yes sir, These things also belong to the wise. It is not good to have respect of person and judgment, And me, being on Skid Row, I see that all the time, what I'm saying? Even my kids, my family members, they have respect of person, Not all of them, but a few of them, they look at me like, oh, he on Skid Row, but they'll respect the next man, I'm the one that brung them in this world, all three of my kids, but they'll look down on me, because I'm on Skid Row, and somebody with a nice car, they'll look up on them like, oh yeah, he doing good, I wonder what kind of business he in, respect the person, from 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 Barack Obama to somebody down on Skid Row, they gonna get the same respect from me, I'm not gonna treat neither one of them, different, If he get a sandwich, he gonna get a sandwich. He ain't gonna get a sandwich with tomatoes and lettuce on it, and he just get a plain sandwich with just meat on it, because he live on Skid Row, and because he Barack Obama, he get tomatoes and lettuce and mayo. Nah. Everyone gonna get, if he get a sandwich, he get a sandwich. If he get some chips, he gonna get some chips. If he get a soda, he gonna get a soda. I ain't gonna give him extras. You know what I'm saying? Just because he Barack Obama, or just because he Jay-Z, just because he a famous star. Nah, they gonna get the same from me. I'm gonna greet him like I greet him. Hey, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna ignore him like I ignore him. You know what I'm saying? If I'm feeling that type of way and I don't want to speak to nobody, I ain't gonna just go out my way to speak to him just because he think he a prestigious person. I'm gonna ignore him, and I'm gonna ignore him because that's the way I'm feeling. Sometimes I don't want to speak to nobody. I just want to keep walking in. In the morning, I'm not a morning person, so I'm not very verbal in the morning. So, I'll walk right past you without speaking. That's just the way I am. I'm not a morning person, but Jake, he got that bad, he go out his way, to respect the person. And you see that in a barber shop also, they treat different clients different ways, because he's a white man and he got a good, he working a good thing, making $100,000 a year, and he own a home over here, he get the A1 service, but because he live with his mama, but he still come to the barber shop and he still pay the same prices as that Picklewood honky paid, he gotta wait, hold on for a minute, respect the person. Jeremiah 6:15-16. We were ashamed when they had committed abominations. Nay, they were not at all ashamed, neither could they blush. Therefore they shall fall among them that fall at the time that I visit them. They shall be cast down, says Yahweh, Lord Yahweh. Thus says the Lord Yahweh, stand ye in the way and see and ask for the old path, where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your soul. But they said, we would not walk therein. And that's Jake. The 2/3, the most, Lord Yahweh said, stand ye in the way and see and ask for the old path, where is the good way, and walk therein. And that's what the prophets are doing, the mouthpieces of the Most High. That's what we trying to do, we're walking in the old path. But they said, and ye shall find rest for your soul, even though we going through it a little bit, temptations, and afflictions, what I'm saying, we still find rest, for our soul. But they said we would not walk therein. And that's the 2/3, they hard-headed, the man of mischief, they still want to, they still want to, hardship, in their wickedness, wrongdoing, evil. Jeremiah 8, 4, 5, and 6. Moreover, thou shalt say unto them, thus says the Lord Yahweh, shall they fall and not rise? Question mark. Shall he turn away and not return? Question mark. Why then is this people of Jerusalem sliding back by the perpetuous backsliding? They hold fast deceit. They refuse to return. I hearkened and heard, but they spoke not aright. No man repented him of his wickedness, saying, what have I done? Question mark. Everyone turned to his course, and as a horse rusheth into the battle. So they turn into their mischief, that they ain't right, The Most High, Yahweh Shai want them, to turn back to him. He got his arms stretched out for them. But they go the other way, They head Esau way, They head to the evilness. They work in the mischief. Revelations 2 and 2. I know thy works, and I know thy labors, and thy patience, and how thou cannot bear them which are evil. So the Most High, he knows, this. So labor, he knows our task, our trouble, difficulty, hardship, tribulation, suffering, pain, burden. So I know thy works, physical labor, physical effort, work ethic, work in progress. And thy labor and thy patience, so he know our patience, our humility we go to, suffering, enduring, willing to bear adversities, firm, hard, and how thou cannot bear them which are evil, bad, vicious, ill, wicked, sin, cruel, harm, ugly, So the Most High knows what we going through. Romans 1 and 12 and 9. Let love be without dissimulation. Abhor that which is evil, cleave to that which is good. So, dissimulation, a disgusing, a disguising. So don't disguise, Don't let your love be, concealed, with concealment or disguise. And abhor, that's dislike intensely, that which is evil, and it said cleave to that which is good, cling to stick, stick to that which is good, because there's a lot of evilness down here. Romans 1:31 and 32. Without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of Yahweh, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. So, Esau, he has pleasure in doing these things. Esau, it's a sport to him. Acts 23:10-14. And when there arose a great dissension, the chief captain feared lest Paul should have been pulled in pieces. Of them commanded the soldiers to go down and take him by force from among them and to bring him into the castle. And the night following, the Lord Yahweh Shai stood by him and said, Be of good cheer, Paul, for as thou hast testified of me in Jerusalem, so must thou bear witness also at Rome. And when it was day, certain of the Jews band together and bound themselves under a curse, saying that they would neither eat nor drink till they had killed Paul. And they were more than 40 which had made this conspiracy. And they came to the chief priests and elders and said, We have bound ourselves under a great curse, and we will eat nothing until we have slain Paul. And that's how Esau gonna do, of us, some of us, take us by force, they will take us by force. Be of good cheer, testify of me. You must bear witness in Rome. So that we must be of good cheer, when they take us by force, Don't worry about it. Spiritually now is America, That Rome right now is spiritually America. Esau gone, bound together, and they already, cruel, cursed. They already cursed, to kill some of us, So just like, what happened to Paul is gonna happen to us. Matthew 27:1. When the morning was come, all the chief priests and elders of all people took counsel against Yahweh Shai to put him to death. So they took counsel against, our Lord Yahweh Shai. So they took instruction together, advice or instruction given, mutual advice or interchanging of opinions. So they was having different opinions with each other, thoughts, plans to give or offer advice to each other. Well, I think we should do them like this, And the same way they doing right now to the children of Israel, to the prophets, to the 144 hopeful elect down here. They're taking counsel against us. How should we give them that vaccine? We gonna force it on them. Mandatory vaccine. Micah 6:8. He has stewed thee, O man, what is good, and what does the Lord Yahweh require of thee, but to do justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy power. So, and the question mark. So, it speaks for itself. Some scriptures, they just speak for themselves. Amos 5:13-15. Therefore the prudent shall keep silent in that time, for it is an evil time. So the time when we come, it's going to be a famine of the word. And that time, we're going to keep silent in that time because it's going to be evilness. Seek good and not evil, that ye may live, and so that the Lord Yahweh, the power of hosts, shall be with you as ye have spoken. hate the evil and love the good, and establish judgment in the gates. It may be that the Lord Yahweh, power of hosts, will be gracious unto you. Remember the remnants of Joseph. You know, we the remnants of Joseph. Yes, we are. Ezekiel 11 and 2. Ezekiel 11 and 2. Then said he unto me, Son of man, these are the men that are devise mischief and give wicked counsel in the city. You know, and that's what they doing. You know, to the Son of Man, they giving mischief. You know, these are the men. Esau is the man. Esau, Edom, mischief, hardship, wrongdoing, evil, harm, trouble, vexation, bring to grief, wicked, bad, false, wicked. Then said unto me, Son of man, these are the men that devise mischief and gave wicked counsel in the city. Counsel, so they gave wicked counsel in the city. Advice or instruction given to announce, plan, opinions. You know, so that Esau, he's a man of mischief. You know, and 2/3, you know, they fall into the same boat. You know, because they follow Esau. You know, they in love with Esau. They in love with that peckerwood honky. So we're going to give all praises to Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shah. Shalom, brothers.